What's up, high school students? Okay, we've got this pretty cool groove here. I like this groove, and we're going to talk a little bit about improvisation today over this groove. Here's what it sounds like. Let's just get our sway on first. Just relax a little. So to the right, to the left. You can do your two-step if you want, so that with your feet it's like right, left, left, right, right. Make sure you hit your recording device, press record, because you're going to submit this to your teacher, right? So you can get credit. And let's just get it. Let's just get the sway with the bow going. So keep the sway. Keep your feet in action if you want. So right to the left, left, right foot, left. That's a lot to get going on, and to stay relaxed, right? See how relaxed my neck is? Supporting the violin here with my arm. All right, so first of all, the next thing I want to ask you to do is just play some lines back to me, all right? So I know you're kind of advanced, probably 9th grade and up, so I'm going to make it tricky, but we'll start not too difficult, okay? Haha. I'm gonna give you some tricks here. Do that one again. It's hard. There we go. All right, thanks for being a good sport about that. Some of those were tricky lines, and I'll even be honest, some of them I was having a hard time preforming in my mind, trying to give you the lines. But you can go back and you can try them again, and even if you don't play exactly the same line that I played, it's just to kind of give you an idea anyway, so it doesn't have to be exact all the time, but I just kind of want to let you hear some lines. Now, next thing we're going to do is going to be different than what we've done before. Really talking about composition. And improvisation. So this particular groove, there is a scale, there's a few different scales that you could use, but one of the scales you could use is basically the D major scale. It's 2 sharps, and the way I think about that is A, B, C, D, E, F, G when C and F are sharp. I'll say that again, A, B, C, D, E, F, G when C and F are sharp. So what I mean is, I just look over the entire instrument, and I just look for that C and the F's to be sharp, and everything else I just play whatever it is. That's kind of advanced. We'll get to that. So before we get to that, let's just drill the D major scale a little bit. I'll give you a couple ways so we can just build into it, all right? So, I'm just going to play this. I just want you to play this with me, okay? Now down from D. Just do that. Any bowing you want. In fact, change your bowing. Try to make it sound the same, smooth, but change the bowing. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do a sequence where we go from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, And then we go to 2, which is E. That's first finger, but it's the second degree of the scale. So from E to E. Play that. Play this, F sharp. Play that. From G. Play that. Okay, play after me, okay? From G. From A. From B. I'm going down from B. From A. You play. From G. From F sharp. From E. From D. From C sharp. We're going down. G string. B. Ha. Nice job. Good focus. Good focus. If you need to rewind, go back and do that exercise again. To me, this is just kind of a logical way to practice a scale in every way. Now that we've done that, what you could do is you could try to play the whole run across from the lowest note to the highest note in first position. Now, if you were on a cello right now, you could start down on your lowest note on the cello, which in this key would be C sharp. Same thing for viola. And you go all the way up to the, you know, maybe whatever's the highest note in first position on the cello or the viola. So that what that would sound like, and you can do this on your own time if you want. You could just try to do it. You could try that. You can even do it while you hear this in the background. Do that with me if you can. One more time. Nice, nice. Go back and check it again if you want, or just slow it down a little bit if you want to get it, but it's not that important. I'm just kind of showing you the process that I go through. So the whole reason we do that is so that we can access this palette in first position on our instrument of D major. And not just because most of us, when we think of D major, we think, oh yeah, I know the scale. And we think we know the scale, but that's not really the scale. The scale is like every possible combination. It's like if I combine these notes, that's D major. That's D major. That. This. It's like anything you can think of. Like if I played this. Those are just notes that all come from that palette, from that color, from that spectrum, whatever you want to think of it. So like a lot of lines that you might hear me play, if I'm just thinking about picking notes from the scale, then I can pretty much play anything I want. Like a line like that. That line, there's a lot of other things that I think about, but one is using notes from that scale. So I'm going to get you to be able to do this. This is how we're going to start with this. What I want you to do is just pick one note from the scale, and then pick a different note from the scale. We're just going to do that because that's going to be how we get into it. So first of all, just hold any note from anywhere there. Just pick any one of those notes and just hold it. I'm going to play a couple notes too. They might be totally different than yours. I just want to hear what it sounds like. Ready? And play. Hold your note. Just hold it. Play a little vibrato if you want. I'll pick a different note in the D major scale. Ready? And. I don't care what it is. Just play it. Just hear it. It doesn't matter. I'm playing two, but you can just play one. Pick a different one. Ready? Different one. Different note now. And a different note. And different one. I'm just picking random notes from the D major key. 2 sharps. Now we're going to go twice as fast. Ready? So here's a note. Note. A different note. With me. A new note every time. Double the tempo again. Ready? So it'll be. Doesn't matter what notes you're playing. This is process for process sake. I just want you to hear it. I just want you to do the exercise. There's no judgment. All right, now you've gotten this far. Congratulations. Now we're going to double it one more time. We're going to double the melodic rhythm, so it's going to be da-gi doo-ba bi-bo doo-ba doo-ba. This rhythm. If you want, you can play rests anytime. You can also double notes. So let me give you some examples, and I'll show you some of my tricks, all right? So one trick I'll do is I'll just use the same note. When I use the same note, it kind of lets me relax. Here's another trick I use. I'll do like a trill. Okay? So those are some of my tricks. You can use some of those if you want. I'm going to play along with you first, just with this constant eighth notes. But also, if you want to play a rest, you can take a rest anytime. All right? Let's go with this. This is a very advanced exercise, by the way. It's an advanced improvisation exercise, so I just want to acknowledge you for doing this with me. And from this, we're gonna be able to do even cooler things. All right? So eighth notes and rests. 3 and 4 and. Keep doing it, keep doing it. Go ahead. Eighth notes and rests. Any bowings you want. Okay, now we're going to mix eighth notes and quarter notes. So it could be da ga da ga da da da. You mix it however you want. All right? I'll do it with you. 2 and 3 and 4 and. Go ahead, eighth notes and quarters and rests. Go ahead, you just do it for yourself for a minute. You're doing great. One more cycle. Awesome. Now we're going to talk about melodic rhythm. So what I'm going to do is we're going to come up with like a melodic rhythm. In fact, I think I'm going to come up with a line that has a melodic rhythm, and then I want you to play that line back to me, but then we're going to try to play other lines with the same melodic rhythm. Melodic rhythm is just, what's the rhythm? Da 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 da, for example. In fact, let's start with that. So let's play that line. Ready? And go. Now I'm going to play the same melodic rhythm, different line. Listen. Play that back to me. Same melodic rhythm. Same melodic rhythm, different line. You play that. Now here's a different melodic rhythm. Let you play that. Same melodic rhythm, different line. Listen. You play that. So again, if we have a melodic rhythm, you can come up with any line you want. You can use, because we already practiced using notes from the D major scale, right? Just randomly. So now you're just trying to put those random notes with a melodic rhythm. So I'm going to give you a melodic rhythm. I'm going to sing it, and then I want you to play your own line. I'm not going to confuse you this time at all. Okay? So here's the melodic rhythm. 2, 3. Ga da ga da. Ba ba da da da. You got it? Ready? Up. Try that same thing. And again, different notes. And I'm gonna give you some examples of how I would play that. Now something different. Now you do something. Ready? And. Again, something different. So what I did was, if I want to change the melodic rhythm, there's different ways I can think about how to change it. I can think about where did I start and where did I end. Where I started was 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So I started 3 and. So if I want to change it, I'm just going to not start on 3 and this time, right? Another way I could change it is I could just think, well, what were the rhythms that I used? I used eighth notes. I used mostly eighth notes, and I used a really long note, right? It was like eighth, 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 eighth. Eighth, 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 long. So I could do something different. So this time I'm going to start on beat 1, and I'm going to do more quarter notes and just a couple eighth notes at the end. So let's see, maybe it'll be like da, 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 ga, da. That works. Come up with a line like that. Ready? Da, 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 da. You choose the notes. Use that rhythm. Ready? And. Same thing. Different notes, same rhythm. I'm going to show you what I would do, okay? I don't know what. I'll do something different. You do something. Ready? And. All right. So what I'm going to do now is, by the way, congrats. You've been going through a pretty long lesson with me right now. This is something you can go back to and you can try more of. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give you the vamp. I'm just going to give you the vamp for like a minute or two. I'm just going to let it roll out for a couple minutes. And I want you to be able to use this as your own backing track so that you can write out more melodic rhythms to try like we just did, right? You come up with a melodic rhythm, you can write it down on paper if you want, and then you can put notes to it. You can even write down the notes because you know that all you have to do is just use any of the notes from the D major scale, and pretty much they're all going to sound fine. So this is a great composition exercise for you. It's a great improvisation exercise. You can write down some notes, or I'm sorry, you can write down some melodic rhythmic phrases, maybe come up with 3 or 4, just variations of how you'd want to see it over 2 bars, right? Basically, this is in 4/4, by the way, 4/4. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that's all it is, 4, 4. Most of the notes you're going to write, most of the rhythmic values are going to be either an eighth note or a quarter note or a dotted quarter note or a half note. And you might tie some of those together, right? But it's pretty much, those are your rhythmic values you're going to work with. And I'd love for you to submit to your teacher some different, maybe 3 to 5 examples of a 2-bar rhythmic phrase, just like the ones I showed you. Remember? It would be like da, da, ga, da, da, da. So you can write that out. What would just the rhythm, just put X's. So it'd be like quarter, quarter, eighth, 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 and then a tie. That would be the one I just sang, right? So come up with like 3 to 5 of these melodic rhythmic phrases that last about 2 bars. And then for each one of those, write out some different melodic choices, like what we did. So for that one, it could be like, that could be one of my choices. You could write that out or you could play it. Another one could be, right? You could write it, you could play it. Either way. So I'm going to give you the backing track right now so that you can try more ideas. You can either do an improv session on it, share that with your teacher, or you can write out ideas and then read those over top of the backing track. Fair enough? Hey, I'm not going to see you at the end of this video. I'm just going to let this roll for the next 2 minutes. So before I do, I just want to say congratulations, and it's really a pleasure to be of service to you. And I hope I'll see you in a new video soon. Please leave a comment and let me know if there's anything that I can do for you. And in the meantime, happy practicing. I'm going to let this roll for you. Ready? 2 and 3 and 4 and...